Because I'm a partner of the Cycle Frontier, I got early access to Tharis Island, and I made an exclusive tour for you guys to experience what I experienced. Before we get into it, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube, because I'm trying to hit 10k subs by the end of the year, and I'll be going for World's First Tharis Island over on Twitch all day today, so make sure to go hop over there after you finish the video. And without further ado, let's shoot right into it. So this is Tharis Island, and there are a ton of different points on the map that we'll go over. First things first, we have Korolev Island HQ. If we go around the right side, we have Sparkling Waters, Osiris Labs, Osiris Research Center, Osiris Offices, Cave of Stars, Korolev Docks, Korolev Quarry, Korolev Core Outpost, and Storm Pillar. We're gonna go through each of these locations, and stick around till the end because I have some special footage of a special place that you guys have to discover for yourself. So I'll keep the map on the top left at all times so you have some reference points, and I'll tell you where we are at what point in time. So right now we spawned right down here where my player is, and we're starting to make our way towards Korolev Island HQ, and this is on the pathway towards Korolev Island HQ. There's a big truck on the way, there's a little type warehouse little thing on the left, and if we keep going forward, and as you can see, there's a lot of surroundings like big rocks, there's trees, there's a little bit of brushery, not too much, and then right here is the entrance to Korolev Island HQ, which we actually saw in the trailer of this. But now once you walk in, there's going to be three main buildings in this area. There's going to be one to your left, and this is a building with 3 to 4 stories. I can't quite remember, but it's got a couple stories in it. It's got a lot of rooms. You're going to find medical supplies in here. You're going to find a lot of different stuff, including different quest items and lore items. Now you can go up top of the building. Like I said, it's a pretty large building, so be ready for that. Now we're making our way into this warehouse type building. It's like a miner type building. I really don't know how to explain it, but there's ores everywhere. You can find some focus crystals on this little belt right here, and there's some different crates in there where you can find some different items like smart mesh, pistons, all that type of stuff. Now we'll make our way to the third building in this area, and this isn't a building that's as large as the first one. It does have 2 stories to it, but it also has a purple key card room. I didn't have the key at this point in time, but it looks like it's going to be a medical type room. You can find syringes, med kits, the medical supplies, all these types of things in the medical area. And you do have a second floor with just a little bit more loot. There's some crates in this area, and now we're making our way out of Korolev Island HQ, and we're gonna take this pathway onto Sparkling Waters. And when I tell you Sparkling Waters is one of my favorite locations on the map, I'm not just saying that. It looks beautiful, and you'll see what I mean by that. We saw some glimpses of it in the main trailer, but being there for the first time on your own is something that you only get to feel when you play the map. So right now we're in this area. If you look on top left, we're making our way through this pathway right here. And as you see, there's lots of divots. There's lots of areas where you can fall off. Right here, you won't die. This is not the void that they talked about. The void is more located in these areas on the map where you see kind of black. You'll see it along later in the video. But this is one of the entrances to the cave, the Sparkling Waters cave, which I like to call. And as you can see at the entrance, there was a little bit of a cult vibe going down with the things hanging down for the entrance of the cave. And now if you make your way through this tunnel, you're gonna see this area is just, it's literally breathtaking. It's the scenery, it's the water falling down from the sky, it's just all of the different elements in this area. And there are blast ticks in here. You can find water weed filaments, you can find blast ticks, you can find veltacite ore. There's a lot of different stuff, and there's a little area to the left, which honest to God was the first place I really went to, and there's a music that just makes you have chills down your spine, and that's for you to listen to. I'm not gonna ruin that surprise for you guys, but I literally have chills down my spine when I listen to the beats over there, man. And as you see, this big circle thing is in the middle. I'm honestly not too sure what it is. It doesn't look like it was made by humans. Looks completely peculiar. But over here on the left, we have something which is called the Cultist Camp, and this place is extreme danger. You'll find pretty high tier items over here, and it's going to be one of those good smaller areas to loot, to try to find some supplies you need. I believe I even found an autoloader here one time, and you guys know autoloaders are just significantly important the deeper you go into the game to craft those attachments. This area is really cool. It's got a really creepy vibe to it. You guys will see when you get your hands on the map. This area is again right here. We are in Sparkling Water at the moment. Now we make our way out of the cave, and we're gonna go to the Osiris Labs now, and this is another type of of medically themed areas. This is a labs area like we know of Pinnacle Labs, which is on Crescent. We have Waterfall Labs, which is on Bright Sands, and this area is gonna have all of those supplies that come with it. One thing I did like about this area is that the windows on a lot of the buildings are a little cracked, so if someone decides to, you know, camp in there, try to hold down a building, there's a lot of different entry points where you can make your way in and really try to overtake this area. And also there's a lot of good supplies here, because you know medical supplies are something that you need a lot of for different missions. You need a ton of different, and you can find other stuff like gyroscopes, stuff like that in this area that's extremely important to your quests that you're gonna need, and especially for different items down the road. But this is just another one of those lab areas that you're gonna want to explore for yourself. Again, this video is just a taste of what the map is like. I don't want to spoil all the surprises just because you guys have to experience the map on a first-hand basis, because the map is absolutely beautiful. And now right here is what I'm talking about. On the right-hand side here, you can completely fall off the map and die. And if you fall into this void, your insurance is gone. It's voided. It's done. You're done. So if you fall into that void, good luck. That's all I gotta say. Good luck. Now this next area is the Osiris Research Center, and this place is another one of those big lab areas. Special thing about this one is that you have a puzzle that you can do, and if you complete the puzzle, it gives you 2 mini reactors, and we all know we need a ton of mini reactors, especially for the ICA faction. This puzzle is really awesome to do, and this area is super cool to explore. This is a really large lab area, like it's significantly bigger than the other ones, and it's just really awesome. There's a lot of cool knickknacks in the area. There's different types of lore information that you can get from this area. It's a really, really awesome place that you have to explore on your own, and it's just one of those places that you're gonna want to come back to each and every game, just because it's so big and it's just filled with items that you're gonna need for your quests. So definitely come here and do the puzzle, get those mini reactors, get the best loot out of this area as possible, and explore it. Really, really look through it for yourself. Now as we leave, we are running through the middle of the map. So this is like in this area. As you see, there's these little crevices along the side of Storm Pillar between all of this, and these are areas where you can fall off the map completely. All right, these are the void areas. So if right here on the screen I decide to don't take this path up, I just go whoop and I jump right off. This is where void comes into play, and you are dead. There are creatures that roam these cliffs that can absolutely ruin your day if you don't have a weapon to kill them. If you're not prepared to back up or to fight these mobs and kill them quickly, you're gonna be in for a rough day. But as we make our way through these little tunnels, we're going to the Cave of Stars, and this place is really, really special. This is a pretty big cave that looks really, really good, because we've never seen anything like this in the game so far. It's a big cave structure inside of the cave, and it just looks really, really good. It's got a really cool pillar type building in the middle. It's not really a building, it's like stairs with levels on it. As you can see here, you can go up or you can go down, explore the area. There's different sections of this area as well, with little setups all around with loot. There's also some monsters all around, so you can get more loot that way. And the area also just looks good. It looks pretty, it looks beautiful. And as you can see, there's different sections all around. So there's a section over here in the back, there's a section right there to the right where you can explore. Right down here to my left where I was shooting, right there in the back, there's another section. It's a pretty big cave, and it's a lot of loot just compacted into one area. That's gonna be special. And again, this map is filled with creatures, and they're not gonna be the easy creatures. They're mainly heavy striders, heavy rattlers, heavy marauders are literally everywhere. So it's gonna be one of those tougher maps. But again, as we're exploring the area, we're shooting our hammer, making our way down, and we're just exploring. We're looking. There's another little area right here, and there's just lots of little areas like these types of sections where you can explore and loot it. One thing you definitely need for this map is a flashlight. We use flashlights so much more in the event in the last week of the season that it made us more used to running flashlights, and trust me, a flashlight is gonna be your best friend on this map, and you'll see why later in the video. And now we are at Osiris Offices. We went from Cave of Stars, which was right here, and now we are at Osiris Offices right here on the top left. This area is also pretty cool. There's a marauder that roams around down there. Again, these areas are dangerous dangerous. They're very, very dangerous. Gonna be difficult creatures, but also that means there's gonna be better loot all around the map. So if you're looking for those better types of loot, like blue CPUs, you need all of these different items, gyroscopes. You need these high tier items that you're gonna need a lot of to craft different armor, quest items, just to craft different things. You're gonna need so many different materials that this map is gonna be perfect to loot if you're brave enough. Now we were down low and now we've made our way up the steps and we're in a different section of the building. There's gonna be some crates you can loot. There's gonna be some more drawers behind me which I can loot. Then we can go to another section that's even higher up, and there's just a lot of different tiers to the offices. There's like a lower tier of the office, a mid tier of the office, and a top tier of the office, and they all have pretty sick loot in there. And this isn't gonna be one of the most dangerous areas, but again, the least dangerous area on this map is probably the most dangerous area on Bright Sands. So now as we left Osiris Offices, we are going to go towards Korolev Docks. And just so you guys know, if we go back a little bit here, you're gonna see these shelves in the distance. These are not usually there. These were only for us just so we can get some loot in the beginning. So if you see shelves in this video that have loot crates and stuff on it, completely ignore them, especially in these areas that are in the open near the spawn. Just ignore them because those won't be there usually. But now this is the area of Korolev Docks. There's going to be a marauder there in the middle. There's a very big building over here on the right, and there's little clusters of loot all around with some more stuff down there. Now if we make our way inside of this building, there's this little board which I was looking at, which I thought was interesting. I don't know much about lore, but it looked pretty significant. And now we're just kind of roaming around the building, seeing if there's different doorways, seeing what we're doing, seeing the different crates all around the area. There's a little section in the middle right here that expands with some crates on it. And as you can see, these are the crates I'm talking about. Completely ignore these crates right here on the left. That is not usually there. But this area has that one big building in the beginning, and it has this little building over here down under, but it doesn't have a doorway. It just has a dead drop inside of those crates right there. If I can find every single dead drop in the map, I'll make a video on it for you boys. But this area is pretty awesome because I think it'll be a really cool spot to fight, especially when you're evacing, because there is an evac right in front of us. There is a pillar in the distance which you just saw. I don't know if you can get there, but maybe there's some type of way to get there. That would be really awesome if there's some type of who knows what, but if you can get there, it looks like a pretty cool spot. But now we are leaving Korolev Docks and we're gonna start to make our way towards the middle of the map, and this is where a significant portion of the fighting is going to take place, in my opinion, because a lot of the areas funnel to different places, but there's going to be such better loot in this area of the map. And there's also some new items that you're going to find, especially in Korolev Quarry, which is really important, and this comes as Tharis Iron. You're going to find the nodes of Tharis Island, especially all around Korolev Quarry, and they're right here on my right, and they're all around this cave, and they honestly sell for a good amount of money. As you can see, these nodes right here are new nodes. They have a little bit of a shine to it with a little bit of like an alien type glimmer. You'll see what I mean when you actually play the map, but these nodes actually sell for a decent amount of money. I haven't really gone into depth and seen what I can do with them, but usually I got them and I sold them and I got some money because they're a pretty good source of money, especially in the early game. But this is exactly an area of the map why you need a flashlight. You'll see there's a lot of corners that need to be lit up a little bit. There's just a lot of places where people can go, but if you have a flashlight, it helps you significantly. I honestly didn't use a flashlight ever until I got onto Tharis and until the last event in the last weeks. And I think that event was placed at a really good time because it got people to start using flashlights, start understanding that you can fight in the dark or in the darker areas and you can still come out with good results, especially if you're prepared for the scenario. Imagine you're running around this map with an NV helmet. That would be absolutely awesome. But flashlights work particularly well in this area. But now we're just going through the map, making our way, and now we're going towards this area of the map, Korolev Quarry Outpost. And when I tell you this place compact and extremely dangerous, it is compact and extremely dangerous. I almost died here, probably the most out of any area on the map, just because it's a tight, close quarter space. And you'll see my friend Mr. Jeff over here decided to be orange and really screw up my day, all right? He is just here and he just wreaks havoc on me, all right? I had a brute, luckily, and this guy's a tank and he's just always in the way, just at all times, and he's just doing his thing. You know what I mean? He's trying his best to do his best. But if you decide to explore this area, please be ready to fight a heavy marauder because he is bulky. And as you see, I have a brute. I think I had purple or exotic armor, and I still had a pretty tough fight on my hands. But this area has, again, pretty good loot. It's a very dangerous area. I believe it's extreme danger. There's different areas. There might be a dead drop in here. There's an auto loader on the ground, and those are, again, significant for what you're going to need, especially in the mid to late game. And this is obviously a spot spot where you're gonna go in the mid to late game. And as you can see over here, there are a ton of nodes of Tharis iron. There's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nodes of Tharis iron. So that's a ton of money right there, man. You can just make a ton of money with this stuff. And it's honestly just a great area to explore, but you have to be kitted. You have to be prepared. This is gonna be one of those maps where it's tight corridors, it's tight spaces, and if you don't have a gun to kill these jets, you won't be able to go around them. You have to go through them. And now we're making our way towards the middle of the map, which is called Storm Pillar. This area is alien-like. It is filled with heavy marauders. This pillar in the middle looks absolutely sick. It's just absolutely dope, this area of the map. There's obviously going to be good loot in these areas, but there's a plethora of different cave systems that you can explore and just go on your own, get lost, see what is lurking depths. We don't know what's down there. We don't know if we explore the whole map. This area is going to be one of those that you're going to want to explore, but be ready because I've never seen more heavy marauders in my life. If you're new to the game, I would suggest take a step back, understand how to fight the Jeffs, understand how to fight these heavy rattlers and striders, and then maybe take a stab at this, because Lord knows that this is tough. But as you see, we're just exploring the area. We're making our way down into these cave systems. There's gonna be different stuff, especially right here on the wall. Let me show you. There's a new thing called a vent, and these vents can have loot like blue runner eggs, mushrooms. They have all these different types of things. Right here is what I'm talking about. This little vent right here can have loot in it. I found some pretty good stuff in there, so if you're going exploring these areas, go and loot them because they can have really good stuff in there. But I explored the map, made my way down, and then there's a big area with a ton of different things, and right here is the farthest I'm gonna show you, just because I want you guys to have some type of exploration. I wish you luck. And now I have a quick photo that I want to show you guys of what may or may not lurk in the depths of this map. It's gonna be on the screen. Quick, good luck getting there, because this place is gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be a scary place to maneuver in. Here you are. And that's all you're getting. Boys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure you're subbed to the channel. Make sure you're following the Twitch, and I'll see you over there. Deuce.